All right, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to start Middle America Maps 3 and 4? Excellent. Oh, I need to fix myself. I'm a little bit off the screen. There we go. Okay, now, as you remember, we already did Map 1 and Map 2 at school. Those should be completed by now and should be in your binders. So today we're going to start Maps 3 and 4. Now, the file for Maps 3 and 4 are in Google Classroom in the same place where you found this video. So you ought to be able to just print them out at home. Don't forget the checklist. So they're going to look like this. Here's Map 3. Here's Map 4. And here's the checklist. Get those all printed out before we start. Now, if you haven't got a printer, it's okay to let your parents print them out in some other way, wherever your parents normally go to print things. If for some reason you just don't have access to any kind of printer, send me an email and we will work something out so that I can get printed copies of these into your hands. Everybody does the maps. Just if you have a problem, let me know. Let's continue. Now, normally when we do a lesson, it takes a lot longer than this video is going to take. That's because when we do a lesson, I have to stop and wait for everybody to finish so that they can all catch up and then we all move on together. But because now this is happening at your house, at your kitchen table, or in your living room, or maybe in your bedroom, I don't know, you are in charge of how fast this lesson goes. So when I give you a direction and you want to stop me from continuing so that you can finish, just press pause. When you're finished with whatever that step is and you're ready to move on, then press play. That way, this lesson goes just as fast or just as slow as you need it to. Okay, let's get started. We are going to begin with Map 3. Oh, and I'm going to get my pointer. Watch this. Ooh, that's so cool. Okay, I have to hold it still for it to go away. So let's begin by looking at our checklist. Here's our checklist right here for Map 3. This one says right there, Map 3. Okay, the first 3 items on the checklist for Map 3 are water features. We have Pacific Ocean, Gulf of Mexico, and the Caribbean Sea. Well, 2 of those are on this map, easy for you to copy. Here we are, Pacific Ocean down here at the bottom, Gulf of Mexico up here, and Caribbean Sea, it's not marked, but it's this body of water here. Now, you've already finished Map 2, so you've already labeled this the Caribbean Sea on Map 2. So you could go ahead and look at Map 2 and just copy that. It hasn't moved anywhere, promise. The next item on our checklist is Mesoamerica. Now, Mesoamerica is a word that's kind of a scholarly word that means Middle America. The word meso means in between or in the middle of. Remember when we were studying early Southwest Asia and we talked about Mesopotamia? It's that same meso word. Remember Mesopotamia meant in between the rivers? Well, this is Mesoamerica, which means in the middle of America. So let's take a look at Mesoamerica on this map. So I'm going to take my little pointer and I'm going to come over here to the key. There it is, Mesoamerica. And it looks like it's this orange line. Oh, here it is. So we come over here and we're just going to... Now, if you'll notice on Map 3, I've already drawn this line for you. You just need to color it. So color the line that represents Mesoamerica. It's all this section here. Okay, got it. Very good. You don't have to color it in, just draw the line. Okay, next we have the Olmec, Maya, and Zapotec civilizations. That's these 3 here on the keys. We have sort of an orangey yellow, green, and purple. Oh, if you have forgotten, you don't have to use the same colors I use. You may pick any 4 colors you like. And they don't have to be colored pencils if you haven't got any at home. You can use markers, pens, crayons, eyebrow pencil. No, you better not. Your mom would get mad. You get the drill. Anything you've got at home is fine with me. So here's these three over here. Here's Olmec. There it is right there, this yellow part. Here's Maya. It's this much bigger green section. And here's Zapotec right here. Right there, the Zapotec. Got it. Now, when you're done coloring those, the next thing we're going to do is label the map. Now, according to our checklist, we only need to label 3 things. There's some stuff on this map that we're not labeling. Only label the stuff that's on the checklist. We're basically labeling the capital city for each of these 3 civilizations. So that means we're doing Tikal, which is right here. We're doing La Venta, which is right here. And we're doing Monte Alban, which is right here. So you don't need to tell me it's the Yucatan Peninsula, that these are lowlands and these are highlands. You don't need to tell me Sierra Madre, Oriental or Occidental or Gulf of California. We did most of that stuff on map number 2. So we don't need to write it again. This map is only about the early civilizations. So once you've got that, set it aside and we'll move on to map number 4. You ready? Here we go. So here's map number 4. Now, take a careful look and don't panic. Map number 4 here on your screen looks a little different from map number 4 here. Do you see this? Now, if you're very careful, you'll recognize that this shape right here is on this map. It is right, oh, wrong arrow, wrong finger. Right here. Do you see it? There it is right there. So this is the only part of the map that you need to color, just this part. You're only going to need 3 colored pencils for this one. So let's take a look at our checklist. So, oops, it starts with number 2, 3, and 4. I guess somebody ate number 1. It's gone. It's okay. The first 3 are Pacific Ocean, Gulf of Mexico, and Caribbean Sea. Those are the exact same bodies of water that we did on the last map. So you can just copy those onto this one. If you look here on our map, we've got Pacific Ocean down here and Gulf of Mexico up here. The Caribbean Sea, it's in the same place it's always been still. It hasn't moved. Just put it there. You know where it goes. All right. The next item we have are culture regions, and there are 6 of them: Aztec, Mixtec, Zapotec, Chonocho, Tlaxcala, and Tarascans. Again, please don't make fun of my horrible Spanish. I'm trying really hard. Okay. So some of these on our map are marked in color, and some of them are marked with their name written on the map. So the very first one, the Aztecs, isn't labeled on the map. It's just marked in this color. Look at this orange right here. See the Aztecs and this orange color? Now find this spot on your map. I've already drawn all these shapes for you, and color it in. Okay, that's the Aztec region. Be sure that this color matches this color. That way you don't have to label the Aztecs because it's here in the key. Get it? Okay. So the next ones are these ones that are states paying tribute. So that is all of these in this beige-ish section. Ooh, I don't know how to turn this thing off, so we're just going to have to endure it. This beige-ish beige section. So you can go ahead and color this section whatever color you like. This whole part here. And there's a little bit more down here. Okay. And then we're going to label the ones that go in there. So we've got Tlaxcala, Mixtec, Zapotec. Hey, weren't they in the last one? Yes, they were. Here they are again. And Choconochco here. Then before we're finished, we're going to label Teotitlan and Tarascans. These are allied states. And this is another group, the Tarascans. They didn't have a whole lot to do with the Aztecs, but they're still nearby, so we want to label them. Okay. Now, you only need to label one city. Here it is, Tenochtitlan. That's the main capital, which we're going to be learning about when we do the Aztec Empire lessons in the coming weeks. So be sure we want to know where that is. So let's label Tenochtitlan right here. Now, be sure everything, double check your checklist. Be sure you've got it all. I'm sure you do. And when you're finished, take both of these maps and the checklist and put them in the rings of your binder. That way, when we get back to school, you'll be able to turn them in and get 100% because you're awesome. Of course you are. All right, that's it for this lesson. I'll see you later. Bye.